to Netflix, the Subbuteo Show, episode 3. How's it all going, boys?
I'm good, man. You?
Good, mate.
Good to see everybody. Everybody's fitting well. Raring to
doing
go.
well. Doing very well.
Stuart's
This
just come
week's
from the
show-
skate park.
What's wrong with the skate park? No, not
It's
yet.
BMX.
I'm just a skater boy. I said, see you later, boy. That's a bad joke, isn't it? Oh, I'm broken.
This week's show is called Back of the Net, as we're talking about goals. Not goals you score, but nets. So just a quick roundup. Last week the last episode we talked about balls. We had, what did we have? We had 1,100 views on the show on the last episode. We had 121 comments, 76 likes, and we're at 347 subs. So thank you, everybody. Thanks for and keep everybody else.
Give it the old football round.
Yeah, that's it. Well done.
Muchas gracias. Anybody want to get anything off their chest this week? Is anything annoying you? No? Is all okay?
No, we haven't got long enough, mate.
I will say one thing, though. I noticed in our comments, I think this is the best comment ever. One, we're international. Someone called Undrafted Player commented on our first video from France, which is cool. We've gone pan-European on this. But also, I'll read his comment to you because it really made me laugh, right? So it says, "Hello from France. Thanks for sharing. Your show is great, even though I don't understand everything. Smile. I will try to watch the show a second time in order to improve my English." As soon as I read that, I thought he's watching the wrong show if he's trying to learn English from me.
Oh, any of us. Sampdoria.
And then he's got, "I am a rookie in this hobby. And for this moment, I haven't got a favourite team, but sure, I love the uniforms of Sampdoria, QPR, Norwich, Colombia national team, Marseille, Monaco, all the best and happy flicking. We're European and someone's learning English from us. Awesome. What a legend."
Well, Undrafted Player, thank you for watching. And yeah, good luck with your English because none of us are particularly great at it.
Yeah. For yourself.
Sorry, Watsy. Sorry, man.
We'll crack on and we'll get talking about goals, or I like to call them nets. I don't know what you call them. Goals. I think
nets?
goals just
Why'd you
sounds
call
like
them nets.
goals. The
Yeah.
football nets. Football
You're fishing,
nets.
mate. The goals.
Nets what you put on them.
Yeah.
No, it's a net. It hits back in the net.
Nets is a completely different show.
No, we're net.
Started on that.
Right. Who wants to get her started? I'm saying
Stephen.
my big Stephen. What do you reckon? What have you got for us this week?
Right, I'm going to dive straight in with mine instead of doing criteria and things like that this time. So I've got them with me as tatty as they come. The World Cup goals for me, blue and red nets, one each. They're by far the best Subbuteo goal. The reason why I picked them, because I was looking at the Monday Owls and the European Championship goals, which I'm sure a couple of you are probably going to pick. I think making the nets and making the goals was the thing that annoyed the people in charge at Subbuteo the most, Peter Adolph and then later Waddington's. Because when you think about it, they're a weird shape. There was nothing like it at the time, a miniature goal structure. So they would have had to get them made just completely, for the Subbuteo sets. They're impossible to pack into a box set. They don't fit in a box properly. They snap easily, and you have to attach the nets yourself. And they also had to then go and find the nets from somewhere. And there's a good story, so I'm going to get my historical fact in early. Subbuteo actually used a company in Dorset who made the Wimbledon tennis nets until they realised that they couldn't just keep buying nets off one company, because as soon as supply stopped, they didn't have any nets to make, so they had to go to Taiwan. But apparently they sent one of the workers around up to Hull to the fishing ports to find a right size net. I'm not sure fishermen use Subbuteo size nets for anything really. So I just think goals are really, really awkward to make, to sell. And I think the World Cup goals are the first ones that actually worked and were practical, but also had a little bit of style about them. And then I think for the subsequent years, Subbuteo tried to make better looking nets, but they probably got it right. But the World Cup ones were the first ones that were practical, looked great. You could fit in a box easily, you could pick up and use, and they worked. So that's my choice.
Are they one piece? They're one piece, aren't they?
Yeah.
They're one piece.
One single piece. The nets are still a bit annoying to fit on, as you can see from my attempt earlier. But But they're nice and
Keep
sturdy.
your eyes shut.
That's my big problem
Yeah.
with them word goals, is getting the net back on it, or getting it to fit nicely and stay on for a match. So
All of them. All nets are impossible.
you think?
Yeah, all of them. Although saying that, the worst. Have you seen the new goals in the new sets? Oh, that looks good. That does look good. Have you seen
I
the
don't.
new nets?
I don't get. I don't get involved in the new stuff.
Honestly, they're awful. They're like a horrible plastic
really
mesh.
bad.
And the shape, it's the wrong shape for the goal. I still can't work out how to put it on. It's physically.
That's
in
an episode.
In a minute,
right
in a
there.
minute,
Stuart
I'm
trying
going
to put a set of goal nets on.
I'm going to stand up and I'm going to get the newest box set and I'm going to try and put the goal nets on and we'll see how long it takes me because I guarantee you I will not be able to do it.
Excellent. We'll just
In
keep
a minute.
checking in with you. How you getting on, Stu? Doing all right, mate?
In fact, you know what? I'm going to get them now. You guys talk on amongst yourselves. I'm going to get them. Where are they?
At the same time,
Right.
I'll try and fit the net back onto this World Cup goal by the end of the episode and make it look good.
Perfect. While you're doing that, so just the thing about the Wimbledon, the company that made the Wimbledon nets, what did you mean when they the supply stopped? They had to move to. I don't understand. What, when Subbuteo didn't want?
So this is Alan Ellis, who used to work for Subbuteo, and he said, so at one time he was buying from the Far East because they had a supply problem with the company in Dorset, which was mostly down to bad weather. So it was affected by weather. They couldn't get the actual nets. And he basically said if you didn't have nets, you couldn't produce any games. And production came close to laying people off because they just couldn't source these nets from the single company in Dorset.
Just because of
Ports
goal
full
nets.
and all that. And they didn't have a clue what I was talking about. I said, I want tiny little nets. Yeah. So eventually he ended up getting it from Taiwan. So he was buying nets from Dorset. We were also supplying Wimbledon, but also up to Taiwan. He's getting things like cloths for the pitches up from Manchester and all over the place. So there's no dates on it, actually.
No date.
But it looks like it was early 70s or
because
70s.
proper Subbuteo nets are like
60s,
proper
70s.
nets, aren't they? They're really not like proper like netting.
Yeah.
They're not just like this new stuff that Stuart's struggling with now. Like they're just proper goal net, aren't they? Really, really good quality.
That's where I think you sort of. To me, the Mondials are the closest you'll get to a proper set of nets.
Goals.
I disagree.
Yellow though, aren't they, on the Mondials?
Eh?
They're a weird yellow colour. They look like they've gone mouldy.
I thought that it does. It looks like, no, you're right. Do you know, right, where I work doing second-hand goods, right? And if we get something in that's meant to be white and it's yellow, you normally think, oh, it's come from a smoker's house. They look like they've been in a smoker's house and someone smoked around them. It looks like they're decoloured. Sorry, I'll get back to my nets.
That's a great point. Like for me, I think it's not even my turn, but like for me, like the Mundials, they do look all right, but I've just never really been that sold on them. Personally, I don't know whether I've never had an actual set. I've seen proper sets and stuff, but I've never owned a set. But I just think I look at them, like I say, I'm just not that sold on them. The nets are a funny colour, like at least with the World Cups, like you've got green, blue and red, and they do look classy. To be fair, like proper coloured nets, because they were the first ones that came out in colour, I would assume, apart from brown, obviously.
No, red nets. I've got red nets on the Football Express goals.
Oh, yeah, they did, yeah. When did the Football Express come out before the World Cup nets then?
Oh, yeah, 60s, wasn't it? Yeah, it was 60s.
Yeah, they will have been, yeah.
Yeah.
But all right. So let's just forget I said that.
I was originally going to say Mondials, and then so many people got in touch and said that they break easily. But I think the other problem with them is
they don't break
I think
as much
people like
as
them
these.
because of the name. I think people just think
I've already broke it. Look, try to put it together.
I think it's got a hipster name, so everyone instantly thinks they're the best when they're just not.
Okay, so I'm not going to argue with you because I don't like
Any suggestions from Facebook followers or Twitter followers, or is everybody just went for Mondials?
I've got quite a few different ones, but
I got an email from a guy called Ray who sent a brilliant picture of pretty much every Subbuteo goal ever made. I don't think it's all of them, but it's most of them. And his were the World Cup goals. Because the way the net can hang loosely at the back, it can still be pulled tight at the bottom to keep the goalie in place, which he enjoys. I've done mine. And then, yeah, lots of Mondials, lots of European goals. Lots of people like those 1984 European goals.
Mm-hmm.
And the only reason I didn't pick them is because I've never played with them.
Okay.
So what are you're putting forward? World Cups?
Yeah.
No. A World Cup from Stephen.
World Cup goal for nomination. I like it as the nomination. How you getting on, Stu?
Right, so I broke it already.
Yeah.
It's only the second
may
further bit of. So look, it's on these little clips here. I don't know if you can see them. Hang on, where's my camera? There, on them little clips there.
Mm-hmm.
Or this one now bends. But
Good.
what I can't work out, right, is so that's the shape of it. To hook this on the crossbar, you've got to go in them. But obviously they don't. Well, like, the net's too coarse and plasticky to put it round, which means you've got to go like that, which makes it look crap. The only other way to do it is like that, if you can see. Like
hanging over the top.
And it's the same on the posts. There's no physical way to connect that net to that goal.
Get them in the bin.
Podcast listeners, Stu is wrestling with a new Subbuteo net here. It's hilarious.
I give up already. But
come on, mate.
What I don't understand, right, is, and I might be wrong, I don't know. Surely normal net has got to be cheaper than that plastic stuff, right? Because that's like a coat. But it's like a coat. It's a net, but it's like a plastic coated net.
It's like a little fishing net you go crab fishing with.
Yeah, you probably could use it for that. Scoop them
Probably
out.
Probably be better, mate, to be fair, wouldn't it?
Give it for your summer holiday, kids.
We'll give it to the boy. See what he can find with it.
Just smash it up, mate. Just smash it up.
I'm going to get back into this.
Stephen, anything else to add on goals? Or should we move on to our next?
That's all of my thoughts on Subbuteo goals.
That's all your thoughts. All right, Stu, you're busy. Callum, do you want to go?
Yeah, I'll go, mate. I'll go. I actually had a really massive response to this. Actually, I had quite a few people come through, so I'll just run through what I've had through Facebook and Twitter, and I had one directly to my emails as well. So I had a lot of shouts for Mundials. David Hunter, Lee Ulatowski, Bill Brocken, Paul Dark, Gordon on Twitter, all said Mundials. The interesting part about Mundials, though, was that Paul Dark actually said from a collecting standpoint, and I get it for display. Practicality-wise, there's so many people that say they fall apart, they break really easy, they collapse when you're using them. So they're just, for me, it can't be the best goal if it's not the whole all-round goal. It's got to be able to do everything, like the World Cups, which Stephen's put forward, will do literally everything. They do look great, and they're pretty practical. Whereas for me, even the people that love the Mundials all say, yeah, they're great, but there's always a but with a Mundial. I had a couple of shouts for the Europeans. Andy Hammond said they're great for that look of squeezing a shallow goal into a tight stadium. So again, from a sort of display standpoint and use standpoint, he said the only trouble is you can't move the goalkeeper when you've got them that close to the stadium. So again, it's another little negative. Dale May also put forward the Europeans. World Cups, my old man, my dad put forward the World Cups. He loves the red and blue nets. John Roston, he likes the World Cups, but he did give a little shout, and I think this is one for you, Stu, to the Italia 90s. Said they were quite nice. Yeah.
Proper goal.
And the USA 94s. Paul Butler, World Cup or tournament goals. Derek Hare, World Cups. Rick Buchan, World Cups. Julian Easterbrook, Malcolm Underwood, Simon Goodman, Peter Subbuteo all said set ends or NNs. Even the original wired ones with the little plastic pipe around the outside.
Nice.
My brother even got involved. It's a family affair today. My brother never gets involved, but my brother even got involved. He said USA 94s. And then I had one from Ken Driver who put forward the C122 Continentals, the low set with the back bar in them.
Yep.
So I had, I had loads of response to this. I'm writing off Mundial straight away. I get it. They look great, but they can't be the best goal because they're not practical. I'm going to go with, I've got a really nice set of set ends, which are on the thumbnail to this video, the green ones in the top corner, the green and black nets. I don't know where those nets came from either. I've just had them for as long as I can remember, and I absolutely love them. But that's where nets and goals, for me, cross over, because you could put that style of net on any goal and it would look good because they're a cool net. I'm going to put forward as my nomination. Nobody has suggested this to me either. No one has suggested it. I'm going with the championship goal. The reason I'm going with the championship goal The white bases look brilliant. Okay. Love the white bases. They're easy to set up and put together, unlike from what I've heard the Monday Owls. Like, they're so easy, the championship goals. The little posts at the back look brilliant. Like, they look so good. It's like, to me, it's probably the one thing where I don't go 100% heavyweight is the best. Like,
Do you not think they just look like broken Mondial goals though?
no.
Where someone snapped off a bit of the back back post. Someone's just chopped it off and stuck it in. Nah.
Because I just think it gives that. It gives the thing with it for me is my perfect goals. I always have the argument about, like, on FIFA, when everyone's playing FIFA, right? The best goals are the ones that slope down at the back, right? They look, so these big square ones, I don't really like them. Whereas these are like half square, they're perfect, mate. They're a perfect balance between Sunday League goals, which we all played in, although sometimes at Sunday League they wouldn't even be pegs, so the net literally just went straight down.
Yeah.
And the keeper would get stuck in it and all sorts. It's brilliant. I find my championship goals are sturdy. I've got 2 sets. I don't think I've ever broken any of them, unlike my Premier League goals, which my mum drove into.
What? Hey, whoa. What's this story?
The Premier
Your
League
mum
goal.
drove into your Premier League goals.
Yeah.
You've got to tell that story.
So, yeah, we've all moved around. But basically, so when I lived at home, we used to have it was always in the garage, and it was like they were pinned to a board. And my mum's always had quite a big car. She's got to have a certain size car because she's got mobility scooter and that in the back. So it's really tight between the front of the garage and the back door, and it was leant up against the side, and she absolutely mullered it. Like, it was just a tournament goal, but it had little black bits of paint on it because it's a Premier League one. So yeah, that got absolutely mullered. They're cool nets though, which I do still have. But so that's
How was the rest? How was the rest of the set? Was that the only thing in the whole set that died?
The only thing that was on it. We've never, in terms of having a board to play on, like, we never put stadium around it, or we didn't. My dad does now. I'm hoping to do some recording down my old man's, actually, because I've had a few people ask me about my old man's Subbuteo stuff. But he's got, similar to like you do, the 3 sides. But yeah, when we were younger, and me personally, I can't play over a stadium. I'm too far away, and I can't play with both my hands. I have to move around the table. Whereas my dad's like ambidextrous. He's like all over the place. So he can play on one side of the pitch, whereas I can't do it. But yeah, the goals, them Premier League goals, they're basically tournament goals, which is one of my criteria. I did mention in the little group chat earlier about the criteria, right? And there's a reason why I'm not putting USA 94 and Italia 90 together, because they're both essentially the same goal with different nets on them.
And I'll justify that as a reason on why they're best in a bit.
No, and I'm going to justify why they're not. Because for me, the goal itself has to be unique. It can't just be a different set of nets, because then it's not the goal, it's the nets that are different. And as I said, when we were talking about Watsy, whether he calls them nets or goals, it's a completely different conversation for me anyway. So another reason why I'm putting the championship goals in is because they're unique. There isn't a different version of the championship goal for another set or another tournament. I just think they look cool. They are pretty cool looking. They're different. The little posts at the back, the little stanchions, and they've got that half. Like I said, for me, they're not just a box, and they're not standard World Cup. They're like a half and half shape, and I really love it. And if you set them up nice, you can get the nets to look really neat and tidy, but also be soft enough that when the ball hits the back of the net, it doesn't come springing out, which can be an issue with some goals. If you put them on tight, the ball just literally fires back out. So,
I can understand why you like the tournament goals. It's that, isn't it? So when the ball goes in, it's the buff.
Yeah, so tournament goals are decent. I do like a tournament goal.
It's that.
But
yeah,
because there's different versions of the tournament goal. Like I say, my Premier League goals are tournament goals. They're not unique. They're cool looking, and that's like, if I was playing FIFA 21 or whatever it is, one of my pet peeves about it was I'd love to be able to customize my stadium and my goals, because if you're playing in a big stadium, you get the generic square goals, and I really like that old school Sunday League style, which is, but I just think the championship goals just look the best. They just look good. They work. They're practical. The ball stays in when you want it to. You can put the net on, and it looks tidy, without any like frilly bits or over wrapping in certain areas. Yeah, when you put some nets on, like them ones you were messing around with earlier, with all that excess, and you're like, why have I got all of this? I don't know what to do with it. Yeah, look at them.
There's no way. It's so much of it.
But yeah, I mean, like I say, for me, they just work across a whole load of different levels. They look great. They play well. You can have them tight if you want them tight. You can have them loose, but they look neat. They look neat on the pitch, and they just look like proper goals, really. So yeah, no one else said it to me. I'm the only person out of all the responses I had, and I did genuinely have more for this than anything else. Nobody suggested them, but I couldn't not put them in. I had to put them forwards because I just think they're the best. So yeah, I'm putting forward the championship goals, mate.
The championship goals by Callum is his.
They've probably got a fancy
Nomination.
reference number, but I don't deal in reference numbers that much, to be fair.
Do you not?
Not in terms of goals. Like C, what are they? I'm going to guess C6107. I don't know, mate. I don't know what
I'm Googling.
61213. What's 61213? Do you know what it is?
No. Absolutely no idea.
The Mondials.
Oh, is it? Oh, rubbish, mate. Yeah, bin them off.
Championship goals are C181.
Oh, also, before we go on to the next person, I was looking through the comments earlier, and somebody, I believe, was calling me Cesc Fabregas.
No, 2 people were calling you. I was going to bring this up later. 2 people were calling you Cesc Fabregas.
So that's not the first time it's happened. I get it. I wouldn't say I get it a lot, but yeah, I do have that happen quite a lot. But it's good fun. Like, I managed, when I was coaching for Saints, I had a younger group. I did manage to convince them that I was Cesc Fabregas for about 5 minutes. Even though they've been working with me for like 3 days, I suddenly just put on this random Spanish accent and said a few words that I do in Spanish. And they're like, "Oh my God, it's actually him." I was like, "It's not. If I was Cesc Fabregas, no offense, lads, but I wouldn't be here." And also, the other thing, remember at the start of lockdown, did anyone see that video of Cesc Fabregas on his balcony in Monaco? It's one of the funniest.
Yeah, no.
When he comes out and he goes, "Hello, my neighbors.
Good morning, my neighbors. Yes, you too."
And then yes. Oh God, that is one of the best videos that came out at the start of lockdown. So good.
It's the same mesh. I've just noticed, I kid you not, it's the same bloody mesh. The sort of hat they're using for a net.
Make yourself a new hat.
Sorry, Stephen, go on.
I was just going to say, if the championship goals win this video, I think you should have to do the next podcast as Cesc Fabregas with the accent all the way through it.
Okay. Done.
Don't make him the centre of attention, because I'll tell you what. I'll tell you why. No, I'll tell you why. I shouldn't tell him this. I showed my other half this video the other day, and she sat down. She went, "Oh, who's he? He's all right. Other half's got a crush on Callum." Don't worry. Don't give him any more high hopes.
Tell her if she wants to see more Westwood Table Soccer on YouTube. And for
shameless plug.
And for anyone else who's watching Westwood Table Soccer on YouTube, get on it. In the links in the description. As well as, by the way, before I get in trouble, other YouTube channels are available for all of these lads that are here. Look in the description. All that stuff's down.
We'll get round to that after we talk about nets. Who's next?
Yeah, sorry, we digressed.
Oh, me?
What do you got?
Go on, Stu.
You next. Right. You're up.
So, before we go into I was a bit late to the party on asking people what they thought
Italian
on this. Oh, wait. So, I was a bit late to the old party on asking people what they like, but I stuck out some messages today and got something back. So, let's have a look at what the people on the internet said. So, this is taking forever to load. Not loaded the way it was supposed to. That's
while you're just loading that, can we talk about how arrogant you are that you've just called yourself Subbuteo on the Zoom?
Have I? Oh, shocking. Quick rename.
He's just
I am Subbuteo. I am Subbuteo.
To be fair, mate, you're the pioneer of YouTube Subbuteo, so you can claim it.
We'll call it. I'm just going to leave. I'm leaving it at that. Keyboard's up there. I can't bother. All right. So, on the revival group with 2,000 members, only 2 people got back to me, which I was a little bit disappointed about.
But you're lucky to get 2 comments.
I know. tumbleweeded across. But I'll be honest, Ryan Rickard said Italia 90 goals. And then Craig Burgess said the World Cup goals, which he got during USA 94. So fair play. You got them a little late. I was hoping he was going to say that they were USA goals. Right, I've then got loads and loads of comments on Facebook.
All
Cole
right.
Metcalf said Mundials, as per. David Hunter said Mundials. Nick Smith said European. Cole Harley said Mundials. Laurie Cooper said the World Cup goals. Jason Christopher said the World Cup goals, but he hated the fact one was blue and one was red. I get that as well. That is a bit silly, isn't it? Why did they make one blue, one red?
Jason Christopher, I interviewed him for the magazine. He's the one with the absolutely amazing Cheltenham Town Stadium.
Yeah.
Really detailed. He's a really nice guy. And while I was having a look at the stadium, he took the phone around to have a look at it. I asked him what goals he had. No, he's got the World Cup goals, but he put Italia 90 nets on them, and they look brilliant.
Really?
Yes, nice.
Yeah, they look really good.
Why did they make a set of goals with two different colour nets? What ground? No ground's done that, have they, in the past?
Yeah, but it fits the original set, doesn't it? You get one red team, one blue team. You get the two coloured nets.
Okay, that's very American, isn't it? That's very
And-
American.
Are you meant
and
to
all
take
the
your net with you?
grandstand. And all the grandstand behind you. It's all red and blue.
This is another reason why
Yes.
I really like them, because the essence of Subbuteo, that you look at those two nets and those two goals, and you can only think of Subbuteo. You can't think that they're just a mock-up of a real life goal. They're so attached to the game. You see those goals and you know instantly what you're looking at. And there's not many other goals that do that.
Very true. It's very true. So Dan Lux
Except the championship goals.
They're just continental style goals, aren't they?
Yeah.
They're just generic goals. You even said they were like the Sunday League ones you used to play.
No. They're not, but they've got that slope in them.
Anyway, back to my turn, my box.
Sorry, mate.
Our box now. So Dan Lux said Mundial goals. Adam Douglas said championship goals. Then over on Twitter, we had Carwin said, when is the next episode available? And he then went on to say the World Cup goals. Adrian Hollands then got in touch, right, and told me that he's just purchased 21 sets of set end goals. What is he going to do with 21 sets? No, I asked him, I said, what are you going to do with them? He said, I don't know.
I seen those on Twitter the other night. I seen the photo. He just bought 21 sets of goals.
He's got to make Hackney Marshes. That's what I said. He's got to do Hackney Marshes.
That's what he said under his
Is that what he
post.
said?
Hackney Marshes. Or maybe you commented on there, did you?
No, only earlier I commented on it. But he then said he's got
Hackney Marshes.
Yeah, he said
I've done that Hackney Marshes video. Do you know the old advert?
You did it in stop motion, didn't you?
Right, yeah. No retweets at all. Waste of time. Took me a whole day. Anyway, carry on.
Whoa. Hey, tell you what, throw that back out there again. I'll retweet that. I don't remember seeing it.
Shameless plug.
I will as well.
I
will as well.
I never seen it. I'll share it as well, and I'll get the
retweet
shirt
it
for you.
I'll retweet it.
Seamless moustache.
We're being a little bit too nice to each other here, boys. Can we start arguing a bit?
All right. Don't worry, we'll argue in a minute. So, Adrian then said Italia 90 goals, soft spot, but he likes the Mundials. Bespoke Subbuteo said European all day. Do you know what? I don't like the European goals. Everyone says they're great. I don't know what it is.
They're the ones with the post that comes through the net, and it comes
back
down
of the net. I don't like it.
To be fair, I don't like them.
Really don't like it. And if anyone wants a pair, I should be getting paid for saying this, I suppose. But Subbuteo World, their own goals, their Pegasus goals, are the European goals.
Really?
So pay up, Subbuteo World. Andy Roberts said USA 94 because they were deep. And then on YouTube, we got a couple of comments again from Danny Luxford, Mundial goals as well. But again, before I go off, Gareth Slinger put a little video together for us and sent it over of his top 3 goals. Should we have a quick watch of it? Should we have a quick watch now?
Yeah.
Get it up.
Yeah.
Let's play it.
Hey up, Subbuteo Show, and welcome to my top 3 Subbuteo goals. In third place is the 1972 to 95 World Cup goals. Here is a picture of them here in my Italia 90 catalogue. What do I like about these goals? Good coloured netting, red and blue, for any Subbuteo pitch, the AstroTurf and especially the table football muddy pitch gives you that 1970s look. The only downfall of these goals is unfortunately there is no back support for the netting, which ends up pulling the posts back. In second place is the Italian 90 goals from 1989 to 1993. What do I like about these goals? Firstly, I love the design. I think this is a cracking design from Subbuteo. Love the netting. The Italian flag colours of the netting are fantastic. Goes really well with the Italian 90 ball on your pitch, especially with the AstroTurf. You know when you've scored a goal, especially if you put it in the top corner. The only downside is the netting can sometimes be a bit strange, especially here. Where some netting did fit and others didn't, and if it was short, it ended up telling to, if you didn't pin down the posts and the base, it would tend to pull the front posts. First place for my overall best beauty goal is the Mondial goals from 1986 to 93. What do I love about these goals? Well, they're just absolutely amazing. I love the yellow netting. They just look great on any pitch. The only slight downside is you do have to pin the base, because the front posts do tend to pull back if you just leave them as normal. But apart from that, these are my preferred overall goals.
So there's Gareth
What's he on
choosing his...
about? What's he on about there?
But there he is choosing the Mondial goals as the winners.
Over the
I did say it
championship
earlier.
goals.
Yeah, he did it.
They
I'm
do
sorry,
look
mate,
good.
but
They
even-
look very good.
Even me, well, they look very good. Yeah, he managed to get his to actually stay up. They look good. But
Wow.
I would even put the Italian 90s above Mundials, like, because they're just like, they don't fall apart, they?
So,
Oh, disappointed, Gareth. Sorry, mate. I backed you up before that video, but now, sorry, mate. My
so
fault.
here's my moan. Mondial goals. Everyone in the world goes, oh, Mondial goals, Mondial goals. Have you ever seen anyone playing with Mondial goals?
No,
Never.
well, I don't use them, so no.
Because
Nah, mate.
they're rubbish. Do you play with them, Lawrence?
No, don't.
No.
No.
It's because they're rubbish. And they look breakable. They look like they're broken. They look like they've missed a couple of bars going across, a couple of stanchions. They're awful. People have said it in the comments to me as well, that they are more for a collector. They look good on display, but you wouldn't play with
They
them.
look great. They do look great. That's the only reason I like them.
Which means I should like them because I don't play that much. I collect, but I just don't like them. I think they're overpriced as well. People really seem to cream their pants for them, and they're not all that. So here's my picks. I got three picks.
Oh, here we go.
All right.
Yeah, go on.
So first one, tournament goals, which
Yep.
should not be called tournament goals. Here's why they're not my winner. They shouldn't be called tournament goals. They should be called Sunday League goals.
Yeah, that's
agree.
more
That's
like a
exactly
Sunday
what
league
they
match,
are, right? They are Sunday League goals. But, like you said, Callum, it's that angle at the back.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what they look like? They look like the old Southampton goals at the Dell. Do you know the really thin ones with the crowd
Really
that's sat
shallow.
right behind the back of the
Yeah.
net?
Yeah, but that's the thing. A lot of teams had them sort of guys.
They're
Gilbert
cool.
Street had goals that looked like that. Most teams did back in the
And-
day.
Yeah, but they
It's
were,
a prop.
they
It's a
were
proper
always in the
net.
lower league, so you didn't see them very often.
All right. All right, mate. If you won a Premier League, Stephen, you won a few. Jesus Christ.
Oh, here we
proper-
go. Here we
He
go.
wanted arguments. He's got them, hasn't he?
Yeah, there you go.
So, they're my number three.
Okay.
Now, controversial. You might call the number two the same as my number one, but number two.
So he's got USA 94 and Italian
No,
94.
No. Euro 96.
See, another one that's
Oh,
the
wow.
same goal as all the others. Yeah.
Yeah, but listen. So that hear me out. So Euro 96. Look, it's gorgeous. It's got a blue base as well, and it matched the scoreboard. It looks pucker when it's all set up. The only thing they could have done right is when they brought out a stadium, they'd have made a stadium that colour as well. That would have looked pucker because it all would have really looked baby blue. It would have looked classic. But that goal, right? So this style of goal first, it's deep. So you've got loads of room for the ball to go in and nestle. You're not worrying about any of the net falling off because you've got a nice ridge round the edge. That's a proper goal. That's a proper
but-
goal. But
They're
what?
too
Go on,
deep,
Cat.
aren't
Go
they?
on.
They're
Not
too
too
deep.
deep. No, they're not.
What pitch, what goals, what stadium in the world has got goals that are that deep? They're ridiculous.
When have you ever played?
Loads.
When have you ever played
Loads.
Subbuteo and needed your goalkeeper to come out to the 18-yard box?
Well, they haven't, but your keeper's stuck on
Well,
the
there you
line
go.
there.
No, he's not.
That's a joke, mate. It's an absolute joke.
No.
This whole show's a
So-
joke. We might stop doing it.
So the goal that started it all, the Italian 90 goal, that's how good this goal was, that they was able to repurpose it, the USA 94 and
Hey.
Euro 96. The only
It's not just
problem...
because they didn't sell any.
Mm,
No,
because they're
no,
rubbish.
no.
Yeah. Stephen, good shout.
No. And look at the box. Look at the box.
The box is good.
Relevant.
It's a
Yeah.
proper box.
Irrelevant.
I'm with
And that-
you. I'm with you.
You're with me.
I'm with you. I'm with
Definitely.
you, buddy.
And that's not a sticker. That's actually in the design. The Italian 90 logo. No, that means a lot because it means someone has just stuck their thought about that and they've put it into the design. Look at that. That's just iconic.
Stuart, we're talking about the actual goals, mate, not the box. The box is irrelevant.
£3.75. Oh, we'll talk about the goals then.
Yeah, do it. Come on.
They come in a classic box. Proper box they come in. Have a look. Right, look. So, green and look. Early 90s, Italian 90 happened. We're all getting up on a Saturday, Sunday morning.
That's a proper box. That World Cup's a proper box.
No.
It's even got a little £4
Yeah.
price on it.
See, look, these were cheap then as well because these come out later than them and these were £3.75.
Yeah, because they're rubbish.
Affordability. No, but seriously, look, early 90s, Italian 90 was massive. You had, them guys.
Yeah.
They're not great, are they, them ones? Where did you buy them? I bought my version of them out of TK Maxx.
I don't know where I got them. I sold them. It's only what's in their stadiums.
Oh, really?
I sold them to some of their club. Somebody wanted a set of nets and I sold them for like £2 or something.
I like it. So look, Italian 90s come out. We're all getting up early in the 90s watching Italian football. Italian football's massive in the early 90s, wasn't it? It was really good.
I loved it.
Like everything about it. And to
have
at that time,
league I generally fell in love with.
You know what, right? Before we come on, we was all talking about Championship Manager, weren't we, and Football Manager.
Mm.
My first memory of playing Championship Manager was playing Championship Manager Italia.
Yeah, because it came out, the Italian leagues
on the Amiga. And honestly, having sleepovers around my mate's house and just staying up all night whacking the space bar because there was like a little cheaper if you hit the space bar when they was attacking. They didn't score a goal.
Was that legit or was that just a theory?
It worked. I don't know. I was either a good manager.
A sign of the times on that game, the later one, the 94 one, where you play the England leagues, players used to punch opponents and get booked.
Oh, proper. And only booked.
It didn't even get sent off. It'd have, Mike Muir punches Alan Shearer. It just said the referee's booked him. It was just,
well, to be fair, I remember Alan Shearer kicking Neil Lennon in the face and getting nothing for it.
Alan Shearer was a dirty
absolute horrible player.
Dirty player.
He may well have been an absolute machine of a goal scorer, but as a player, horrible.
He was a bully. He was.
Alan,
if you do tune in, we like you.
Does anyone ever remember Roy Keane punching Shearer?
No, but he probably deserved it.
Keane hit him in the corner, way down the corner flag at St James's Park. Keane hit him, and he shit himself. He was like, "What?"
Yeah. Roy, if you're listening,
sent off.
Top man.
You know, was sent off. Best sent off ever.
So look, I'm going to bring it back, right? So the best goal is, and I don't believe these goals should be just called Italia 90, Euro 96, USA. They should be called. They're the real championship goals and the real tournament goals because they're based on tournaments. You know what I mean? So I'm going to throw in. I'm not going to.
Based on one template. They've just made new nets.
Based on a license. But look at the net. Look at it.
The nets and goals are a different thing, mate.
No, but even in the 80s. Remember in the 80s? Well, I don't remember because I was a kid. Callum, you weren't even there, I don't think.
No, I wasn't there.
But you look back at old videos and teams had striped nets, didn't they?
Mm-hmm.
What other Subbuteo goal had striped nets?
My green and black ones.
Going back to what Stephen said right at the beginning when we was talking about teams, it's got to be accurate and it's got to be the recreation of football. They're recreating football because they've got striped coloured nets like they did in the 80s.
So were all the nets at Italia 90 like that at the actual tournament? Well, rubbish.
They probably look like that.
Yeah, probably did.
The raw European nets at the World
Cup. Were they?
The raw square nets and back stanchions and posts and wires.
Mm-hmm. They weren't Monday helmets, were they?
Were they stripy? Like, no, see, rubbish.
No, they weren't stripy.
What we're saying, Stuart.
What we're saying there is Subbuteo was a pioneer of the coloured net then, and they influenced the real game of football. I'm not having this. 2 weeks in a row now, I've put some of the Italia 90 up to win.
Yeah, because
I'm not having it.
For everything.
Oh no, yeah, everything. Because it's the best Subbuteo stuff. What? So you got my back?
I got your back, mate. I
And
got it.
I bet you
I got
what's he's going to say at USA 94.
Do you know what I don't like? Why it's still my turn? You know why I don't like USA 94? Because I don't think that colour net goes with that colour base. They haven't. This could be an audio podcast someone's listening to. They've done a red, white, and blue net and put it on a green base, which I don't think goes. Whereas they got it right with the 96 one because they put a blue base on it, so it matched a bit better.
Okay.
It's evolution, isn't it?
I like the fact that Stephen is still putting nets together over there.
I'm having an absolute mare with this one.
For anyone listening, Stephen is holding up a net with no net on it.
It's not a net with no net, it's a goal with no net.
For anyone listening in England, he's holding a goal with no net on it.
I've also got my Diana Ross goal.
Ah, see, yeah.
See, now, Stephen, if you was going for real authenticity there, you should have used the USA goals.
I'm not cutting us up a set of USA.
Because they're that good, see? Because that style of goal is that good, he won't cut it up.
Because he's got loads of them. Some geezer just bought 21 sets of them.
So look, that's my pick. That's my pick.
That's you?
I hate to say it's predictable, but yeah.
They're the best. Just look at them, and I guarantee everyone in the comments will agree with me as well.
Yeah, because they all subscribe to your channel. Oh, Stu, we love you.
What can I say?
Well, Stuart, I have a tactic, and it was a tactic that was used a few weeks ago. I might use it, but I'll wait and see. Hold on. I'll wait. All right. So here goes. I have a couple of issues here. I love the European goals. I was going to put them forward, but I know they won't get voted for, so that's why I wasn't putting them forward. So I'm a big net person. I like the big square nets. I like the wires. I like the posts at the back of the net. Just gives it the European feel. So that's, to me, the best looking nets are the European goals. If you're going to do a stadium build, European goals. So I'm not putting them forward. People on Twitter, Kits for Flicks has said the Mondial goals. Toffee Art says Mondial goals, but they're terrible and they're weak and they fall apart, but they look amazing.
Exactly.
Subbuteo says the World Cup goals. Finger flicking good says Italian.
Shout out to their podcast at the moment. What a podcast!
Yeah,
what a podcast! It's great. I enjoyed the last one. I wasn't
Episode
on it as much
2
as
was
I
awesome.
enjoyed it.
So good.
I hate hearing my own voice on the old headphones.
I still need to catch episode 2 actually.
Oh, it's good. It's a good one. It's really, really good.
I thought the first one was
you
brilliant.
can tell everybody's age by whatever they call the League Cup.
Yes, it's true.
They've the way he stitched it together and put it together is brilliant. It's
Brilliant,
really,
isn't
really
it?
well done.
It's actually like a proper podcast. So it's almost like he does it for a living, making podcasts, because he pulls it all together perfectly.
For anyone listening to this on a podcast as well, this is a proper podcast too. We're all professional.
Yeah, you should see what we look like. We look really professional.
He also put together he put up the Hasbro goals as his favorite goals.
The Hasbro goals.
The Hasbro.
I need to see a set.
I know.
The trucker hat mesh, or that not Hasbro? Well, the Hasbro's have got that really small netting, haven't they? The really small gaps in it. Is that Hasbro?
The trucker hat is Paul Lamont, isn't it?
Yeah.
The trucker hat. That's it.
That's what we're going to call it, the trucker hat mesh.
I have another guy, Dave May, put forward the Mondials, and then another guy, I'm not sure who it is, Keith Littler. He's put forward the Pegasus goals. Whoever Keith Littler is.
He's clearly not been watching the show because we only talk about Subbuteo on it. So they can't be.
I do have
the Pegasus goals. That's technically European goals, isn't it?
I do have a new set of non-Subbuteo goals, and they're absolutely amazing. They're the BM goals from Flicks for Kicks.
Ah, you got them over.
There you go.
They're nice.
Yeah.
They are nice. Nice.
You know what they
goals,
need?
They look fantastic.
They need that pole behind them with a string holding them up.
They do, yeah. You're right. I can probably
what it needs.
fashion that. I don't want to do anything to them. They look absolutely fantastic.
They are pucker.
Are they round posts or square posts? Are they round posts?
Yeah, round metal posts. They're really, really nice. Really
metal.
good quality.
Oh, see, metal goals, and a big no-no for me, mate.
No,
Ball breakers,
I like
mate.
them.
Ball breakers.
For playing, it has to be a square net. So the Pegasus goals and them, they're beautiful goals. But I'm gonna use a tactic that Stuart and Callum used before. I was going to put the USA 94 forward, but there's no point in me putting them forward because the same goal is the Italian 90. So if I put the Italian 90 forward, then I'll vote for Stuart and Stuart will vote for me and Italian 90 will win. So,
This right, we got to put a stop to this. We got to put a stop to this because that's not happening.
But that's what happened with the FF ball. There was no way the FF ball was getting beat with 2 people nominating it. So
yeah, but I didn't pick it because Stuart picked. I was always going to pick it because that's what I use.
well, I had
Proper
the
tactical voting.
USA 94s.
I cannot believe in
nominated.
In 3 episodes, it's already sunk low enough. We're sinking low enough. 4 blokes to go, do you know what? I don't want to lose. I'm going to tactical vote.
Well, no, I'll tell you what we should do then. We should throw in the viewer vote.
No, that's. I have an idea. That's the most money on eBay.
Oh. No, because remember, everyone, we're building this set. So let's not pick the most expensive set on eBay. Okay.
Who can go on eBay now and check out the European goals, World Cup goals, Championship goals?
£42 for European goals, the most recent sale.
Wowza.
That's naughty, isn't it?
42.
Ridiculous.
What about the Championship?
Can't even buy them, mate. They're rare as rocking horse. Can't get them.
Just listing a set now for a tenner. What am I looking up? Championship.
The Championship goals.
Right, yeah, I'm scrolling. There's a job set. There's a job lot of 5 goals here, boys. £22. Buy it now. There's some stripy nets in there. Set of goals. See, Italian 90 goals. Italian 90 goals, £14.50. They're just rubbish, mate. You know what I mean?
That's a bargain. That's a bargain.
Monday Owls. There's a set of Monday Owls. Oh, it's just the instructions. It's not even the goals. Ignore
How much are they? How much is the instructions?
The instructions, £1.40. 2 bids at the moment.
How much is shipping? I bet shipping's a £5.
88p.
Charlatans. Right, championship goals sold. Championship goals sold for £33.77.
There's none on there at the moment, though, and that just tells me,
this is completed listings. They sold on the 8th of November for that price.
I definitely did not.
Although a pair sold in Italy for £13.70, or the equivalent of £13.78. Which ain't a lot.
Bargains over there, mate. There's a set of World Cups on at the moment for £23 with 14 bids on them.
So the Italian 80s are going to win on eBay.
There's a set of end goals. With the green and white nets for £2.99 at the moment.
So last week, did anybody notice on eBay? Oh, 2 weeks ago, after we'd done our balls episode,
the balls all appeared.
There were tangos everywhere.
Hours after we said about them ones with the shoes, there was some on there.
Yeah.
It was literally
They're massive as well. I didn't realise they were so much bigger than normal.
No, neither did I.
Yeah.
Neither did I.
Yeah, I was going to bid on a set until I seen.
So
there's
now,
a set of,
Italian 90 goal prices are going to go through the roof.
They will.
Skyrocket.
There's a set of set ends at the moment with the green nets on, green and white striped nets. These are beautiful, by the way, and they're only £2.99 at the moment. 2 days left. 2 days.
See you all in 2 days on eBay.
Yeah, get on it. The item listing is Subbuteo standard style green and white goals in very good condition. I can get you the item number as well if you want. Let's boost this sale. It's being put on by Too Smooth 159.
Oh, what a number!
Is it not vintage and rare like every other Subbuteo item on eBay?
No, it's not exclamation mark, must look, exclamation mark. No,
it can't be.
It's all in capitals though.
Can't be as good as when I bought my Ariva ball last week. I bought that Ariva ball and it was listed as a cake topper.
That was quite as well.
I was like, I'm kidding, that's brilliant, cake topper.
My thing that annoys me now on eBay is when you get a decent item or a big job lot and there's no description. It just says look at the pictures. Yeah, and that to me every time says there's something missing or broken in that they don't want to talk about.
The item number, by the way, is 303-776-178886. Get on it. If we can, I want to see this go. I'm going to put it on my watch list now because I want to see it. I want to see it go big.
Right,
I want updates next week. If we
find out this is your listing,
Yeah, he's listed it. He is too smooth, whatever the number was.
Too smooth 159. This is good. We should just do this every week. We should do this every week. Go and find something random on eBay and just get everyone to go get a look at it and see if we can boost it. I did it actually. Some of my teams. There's a couple of my old teams that went up on eBay and I shared them on Twitter. And honestly, the guy that was selling them must have thought all his Christmases came at once, because the bids that went on them, they were like £14 when I shared them. And I think the Carlisle one went for like 60 quid.
Wow.
Commish. So the power. I should have done, but the power of
affiliate links, mate. Affiliate links.
Affiliate links. Need to get on that. Anyway, we should be talking about goals, boys. So let's.
Yeah, Lawrence was telling us about goals. We've digressed.
Yeah, sorry, Lawrence. Sorry.
I was, but no, that's it. I'm putting the Italian 90s forward. So let's nominate and let's vote.
I think when we do this final vote, I do think.
Should we just both vote? We can't vote for each chart. It's not going to work.
No, listen, what we need to do with this final vote, we need to take it. As much as none of us want to, we all need to take in the viewer vote, right? And the majority of people, much like last week with the Tango Ball, so many people have said Mundial goals. How do we go against the people?
Yeah.
I know, but how do we go? We need to justify going against them.
A lot of people said World Cup goals as well.
Nobody's nominated. Okay. Nobody's nominated the Mundial, so they can't be voted for.
Our four voices.
A lot of people said World Cup.
Like we were saying, people put forward the Mundials, but then there's always a but with a Mundial. Always.
True. Yeah.
Everyone always says, "Oh, I love the way they look, or they're really good, but this." Whereas with the Italian 90 goals, I'll give it to you. No one ever says they're great, but they fall apart. Or me.
Well, you do. Yeah, you do.
Yeah, but mate. I know I'm a bit weird. It's fine. No one. I mean, what do we have? One person put the championship goals forward. Like it, but no, there's never a but with it. Same with the World Cups. Like Stephen's changing his mind as he's been messing around with the nets on it. As he's changing his mind as to whether he should have put them forwards. He's actually.
Stephen, do you want to change your mind? Do you want it? This is your chance.
The championship goals now he wants to put forward. I think he said earlier.
I think he read my name. It says Italia 90.
If I had to pick another one. I was thinking Italia 90, but no, I'd probably go European goals for a similar reason. In that, because again, I think that they were the first time that Subbuteo thought, let's actually make these look nice as well.
I don't think they do look nice. I'm with Stuart on these.
I must admit, I am using
because it's plastic. If it was thinner, like the backs, because it's all one piece, isn't it? That back stanchion that goes through. It just looks weird. I just think it looks a bit odd.
I am using them in my stadium building, the loft that I'm doing with a running track around it. I am using them because they've got that sort of municipal stadium look to them. Mm-hmm. So I'm not using them. I'm using the Pegasus version, but they've got that community stadium look to them. That's the only reason I'm using them.
We're not sponsored, by the way. But if anyone wants to get involved from Subbuteo World, Pegasus, get involved. It's Pegasus. We've got one World Cups, although. Yeah, I'm not letting you change yours, Stephen. You stuck the World Cup.
No, that's fine. I'll stick with it.
And I do. The thing is, they are really popular as well. The World Cups. Like I do. Like if I'd have gone with what the suggestions I got were, rather than what I personally wanted to put forward, I probably would have gone World Cups, because nobody really had a bad thing to say about them. Most would just said they do the job, they look good, the coloured nets, they're exactly what you want, and I get it. So in terms of like overall usability, like if I was going to be putting a vote out there of what I would put in second, I would put the World Cups.
Are we doing the vote?
No,
are we doing the vote? Oh, okay.
I mean, I throw my vote in. I'm not voting Italian 90.
I forgot the options. Be honest,
it will be Stephen that I'm voting for. The Italian 90s, I get it. I do get the colour, the stripy nets are good, but it's the net design for me that makes them goals special, not the goal design. Whereas on a set of World Cups, and for me on a set of championships, you could put any colour net on it and the goal itself would still stand up in aesthetic and usability. Whereas, I mean, I just don't like that shape. I really don't like that shape of the deep goals. But yeah, so if I was going to vote right now, Stephen, you're getting 100% of my backing, mate. And for that reason, you two, yes. I don't like the deep goals. So for that reason, I'm out. But Stephen, I'm in. I want to invest in you, Stephen.
I can see what Stephen's saying though about the pull. I've just got these out of the cabinet. And can you see that it's pulling?
Yeah, because you've got it on too tight.
Yeah.
No, not really. I've got a bit. Look, that's not actually on the top. That's just the corner of the net. I mean, yeah, fair play. It might be a bit bunched up here. You know
most
what I don't like?
most
Do you know
Sunday league, most Sunday league nets did slant and fall over.
Staggy. Do you know what I don't like
Sunday
about
League. Do you know how good it would be if they brought out a set of goals that were like genuine Sunday League with like holes in them, hanging on? Yeah, just a set that drops straight down.
Do you know what I don't like about these as well? I think the base is huge.
It is big, yeah.
It's on the outside as well, isn't it?
It's that big. I think that's
On the Italia 90, it's on the inside. Whereas that's on the outside, isn't it?
Because the goal's about 80 foot long, mate.
It's the same depth. They're the same depth. They are the same depth. Callum is not happy now, look.
Too big, mate. But if you want to set a goal with a massive base, the ones that Ken Driver put forward is the C122s Continentals, the low set with the back bar. The base on those is massive. It goes out about
the old set. What, the set M ones?
Nah, the C122s Continentals. They've got the green bit goes out about an inch from the post. They're They're really sturdy, and the nets are beautiful. They've got the back bar across the back.
Oh, that is a massive base. Yeah, I know them. I've got a set of them somewhere.
I've got them in my room. They're a lovely set of goals. The nets are brilliant. The way they've actually put them on, they work really well.
Yeah.
But the back bar is, I mean, I don't mind the back bar, but like when you rifle one in, if you hit the back bar, it's coming out.
Oh, God, this is a broken set.
Here we go. Excellent.
I can't get it out. Hang on.
For those of you listening on the podcast right now, Stuart is trying to rest.
This is a broken set.
Yeah. See, the nets are good.
You get the idea.
Well, yeah,
the nets are lovely. But, yeah, but it's green, so it matches. It doesn't matter.
The base is massive.
Yeah, but they're sturdy, mate. Solid as a rock.
Well, clearly not.
Oh, no, yeah, because you smash them up, mate.
I've got another set in there. I've got another set in the cabinet.
But yeah, if I'm throwing a vote in, I'm back in the World Cups.
Oh, it's all right, Stephen. Who are you voting for? Let's get this wrapped up.
It's gonna have to be the Italia 91s. They are good.
Yeah.
They are nice and deep. The nets are good, whether that's criteria we're using or not. I think that was probably the sort of era that Subbuteo
see you later, everyone. I'm gone. Laters. I'm unplugging.
No, I think that's the era where they perfected the goals. That is a great goal. It's a great net. There's no real flaw with it. It's just a bit. The fact they used it again for 3 more box sets is the only big downside for me. So they're not unique and they're not particularly interesting because they're not unique. The net aspect of it is. But yeah, they'll have to get my vote.
See, there you go. You voted for something, but there was a but. There was a but. You voted and you went, but. This is what I'm saying.
That's because I can't vote for the best goals.
Callum, who are you going for? This guy's your vote there, Callum.
I voted World Cups, mate.
Nice. You went World Cups.
Mm-hmm.
Stephen, you went for Italia 90. Stuart, who are you going for?
I don't even know what my options are anymore.
Italia 90 Championship World Cups.
So I can vote Italia 90?
Yeah, because what's
you can because I voted for him.
It's happening. Italia 90.
and they're going to be the cheapest net to buy for the set.
It's true. We're being productive now, see?
If you have a spare set there.
Being productive. Boys, we're not all about this. We're about the people. We're about getting the results.
This is the results.
I still have a vote.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to put Callum's forward just to annoy him.
So we got a tie?
No.
Still 2-1. 2-1.
Finally won! Yes!
You won the first one.
I won twice! Yes! 2-1.
He's going to put a little leaderboard up now on the fucking overlay of winning. Top of the league.
I won also. I won because I nominated them.
Tactical voting. Yeah. I like it. What's his tactical voting?
I don't like it, and we need to deal with this in future weeks.
Can I just add, while we're sort of finishing off talking about goals, literally the worst ever Subbuteo accessory is the little bit of sticky back plastic stuff that you could put in the goal to stop the ball.
Material for keeping the ball in the goal.
Terrible. Yeah,
double-sided tape.
I don't think it is, but we can do pointless accessories because there are so many.
Well,
yeah,
there are some that are really sought after, but I don't want to talk about it now because this will generally be a really good show, I think. these accessories because there's so many. Subbuteo, when they did it, they went big with all of this stuff, like the match day experience, and it's good.
That sticky thing that you put in the goal, I think, was apparently, according to Mark Adolph's book, it was just because Peter Adolph wanted to make a bit more money. But yeah, but I actually think it probably sums up the issue that Subbuteo had with actually making these goals, because you had a huge sort of area of Subbuteo where people were actually playing and starting to get really competitive in tournaments. And the things that Subbuteo were making were not fit for purpose for that, even back in the 60s, 70s, when these tournaments were popular. And that to me seemed like a bit of a sort of desperate attempt to appease people who play professionally, or the sort of pro circuit, because they introduced this to stop the balls going back out so that they could, so that you could see who scored in these tournaments. And I think that it's interesting because that's the sort of beginning and the end of Subbuteo, that they were really trying to appease two different people: the casual players, the kids, the collectors, and the people who were trying to turn it into more of a professional game. And I think loads of the products from sort of late 80s onwards tried to do both and failed miserably. The flatter bases and the newer stuff with the, as I say, the flatter bases and the smaller balls and all this sort of thing. And I just think that little sticky back accessory.
The balls got bigger.
The balls got bigger. Yeah. I just think that sticky back accessory was an example of Subbuteo trying to please everyone and getting it wrong.
Yeah, but
and I think goals are probably
that came out. Yeah, but that came out really early, didn't it?
Yeah, that on that picture, it's the old wireframe goals.
Yeah, that's the original set ends. Yeah.
So you're talking 60. You're talking 60, early 60s, late 50s. Well, that'd be 50s, wouldn't it?
Yeah, but this is what I'm saying. Who hit a big brown Malteser ball that hard that it went in and came back out? Who was able to strike a ball that well? Because them balls weighed a ton.
With flats.
With celluloids.
On an old army blanket.
Yeah. I'm not having
I know it's a much older accessory, but I do think it sums up the sort of weird place that Subbuteo has between people who really want to take it seriously and people who just want to collect a load of nice stuff in football.
It was a solution for a problem, wasn't it? I think that because for me, the reason that back bar is in is for stability, because they didn't have a base, did they? These goals, they were just plugged into bits of plastic.
Yeah, right.
So to make it stable out of wire, that back bit had to be in to create that stability. And obviously, then you have you effectively have a rebound board. It doesn't matter how good your nets are, you've got a rebound board in the back. So to put that in, I think it was just a solution to a problem that they got themselves into with the design of and making of the goals. Obviously, they then stuck with the back bar when they went like the ends, the plastic set ends, which the square posts, and obviously the C122s also had the back bar. But I mean, I think Ken actually said in his email that he took the back bar out of his for that exact reason, because you don't need it and it stops the ball pinging back out. So I feel like it was the material for keeping the ball in the net, or whatever it's called. It's got a ridiculous name.
That is it.
Like I think it's just a solution for a problem that they had, rather than investing and working out a way of making a brand new goal without that bit and stop that happening. They went, well, what can we do short term? Stick back plastic.
I agree with that.
Until about 1986, until the Italia 90 goals come out, and that's when they finally got it right.
But I think that the problem they had was that balls were coming back out of the goal.
Mm-hmm.
Balls coming out is a good soundbite to put out of this.
This is another one. Like, this would be a little bit of a bonus. Right?
And the more professional players were saying that this isn't right, we can't use Subbuteo stuff if it's going to do this. And I think there's pressure there. I mean, at the moment, I'm writing off the 74 World Cup.
Go use Pro Action, mate, because no one cares. You know what I mean?
But I'm writing about the 74 Munich World Cup at the moment, and there's so much sort of little bits and pieces where Subbuteo was already having a lot of problem with the table football circuit, in that they wanted certain things from the game where Subbuteo wanted other things. For example, the introduction of the double gauge players was a huge drama, because everyone still wanted to play with flats. So I just think it's another one of those things that Subbuteo did to try and make it a bit more of a competitive professional game that obviously didn't work.
Fair enough.
Just my thoughts.
Okay. I like it, but for me, like, as if you play against someone, like, if the ball's gone in against you, 9 times out of 10 you can feel it if you're being the keeper. You know it, and like, so it's basically stop people cheating, isn't it? Because I guarantee you, people cheat everything. Like, if you can get away with it, someone goes, "Did that go in?" Nah, mate, don't think it did. I think it hit a post. Like,
after watching Watts' last video, if you want someone to cheat for you, he needs to be your referee.
Don't be talking about cheating on Subbuteo. Whoa, whoa.
Everyone go and watch his last video where he admits to being an awful referee.
Awful. But it was just deserves. Right, boys. Do you know what? I want to wrap it up. I want to go around everybody and just see what you're all doing. So I'll start with you, Stuart. What's happening in Subbuteo Collector's World?
So I've got a couple of new videos coming up soon. I've got a Premier League set due to come out in a couple of weeks. Next week, I've got a set where I'm unboxing some shop display stand, which is a bit of a random one. We've got another team as well. And I'm in touch with someone at the moment about buying a job lot, which I feel like I might have ballsed up in it and offered him a bit too low. Because, no, yeah. So, I don't know. I was talking to... No, not yet. So he got in touch with me a couple of weeks ago, and he's not far from me. So I said, well, look, I can come round and have a look at it. And he said, yeah. And he was gradually he's basically sectioned all this Subbuteo. He's then got a load of Airfix. He's then got records. He's been getting different collectors to come in and have a look. And he finally sent me some pictures, loads of bits there. And I made an offer to him, which was quite fair. But he said he wanted to go and double check it. And, he just, as soon as he said that, I thought, oh, someone's going to offer him more. I've been gazumped. I'm going to get gazumped here. But
you're going to miss it.
Watch this space. Watch this space. Because what excited me more than anything in this job lot is there was just a bag.
Italia 90 goals.
Probably. But there was just a bag of players, loads of different colours, no boxes for them. I mean, like a sandwich bag, 2 sandwich bags just full of players. And I was just like, I can't wait to sort them out. But
you can make a few teams out of it.
Yeah, watch this space. You never know. I might get away with it, but I might have offered him a bit too low. Hopefully I didn't. And he's gone to check with someone else, and they offer him less. And when someone goes and checks, and you haven't heard nothing. So I feel like
Hopefully you get it. Well, I'm going to move around. Whatever way you have messed up the camera tonight, it keeps changing. So next in the clockways to me is Stephen. So Stephen, what's going on with you and Subbuteo Online?
I've nearly finished the magazine. It's going on and on and on, but it's going to be out before Christmas now. All the main features are done. Just a few bits and pieces.
Have I missed my feature? Have I missed my feature by not getting in on time?
There is a blank page for you. Don't worry.
Cool. I will do it. How many words? I need to know how many words.
I will do that.
I need to know how many words.
I will fill in my last bit. I know I keep saying it, but I will do this tomorrow. I'm going to write it down now. I will do it.
And Lawrence, I still need something for you as well, so I'll message you about that.
Cool.
No, but that's looking really good. I had a great interview with Barry Tomlinson, who did Row the Rovers for years.
Excellent.
Editor of Row the Rovers magazine. And he's actually wrote an exclusive story for it as well. So,
pucker.
Story for the magazine.
If I can find it, I have a Barry Tomlinson thing here. Where is it? Keep talking. Ignore me.
For those of you on the podcast, Lawrence is currently digging around in his shed for something.
He has got the most amazing stories. He's met everyone. Pele. He got invited to a training session between Puskas and Gordon Banks. They were just practicing penalty shootouts. Yes. He's a non-goal.
My cousin's called George Banks. That's my cousin.
But then I also have some other news that I'm sure you're all going to be very upset about. I'm going pro.
Have you been poached? Have you been poached by someone?
You're going pro?
Well, I'm launching a new sister website to Subbuteo Online, Table Football Online. And it's going to be writing about the more professional game, modern table football. And
cut him now. Shut him off.
And I've been chatting to the guys at Fistfa, which is nice and easy to say. So I'm going to be the first media partner of the Table Football Association. But I'm going to be a partner, hopefully. So still in talks, cool. But that'll be going to the tournaments, doing some coverage of the World Cup next year when it's on, if we can get out of the country.
I'm going to invite us along. Is your entourage? We need to come along with your entourage.
Can we come and do some show on the road?
we definitely should do. So yeah, lots of product reviews for that side of things as well. But it'll sit in a twin site next to Subbuteo Online. So Subbuteo Online will still be just the game that we know, and there'll be another part of it now, which is the more competitive side of things.
Nice.
That's cool. Don't worry, we won't give you too much grief about it. That's cool.
I like it. I like it, Stephen, and I like the sound of it. It's brilliant. It's fantastic for you. I know hopefully you get
Yeah, well done.
rewards for it. Good rewards. Well looked
I
after.
might
by
actually learn
Crystal.
how to play.
What? Nah, straight line,
Well-
zippy zips it.
You deserve it. Callum, what's going on
Yes,
with Callum? I see a new T-shirt on you.
Oh, I've got a new teammate. Yeah, I've got loads of new tees coming. At the moment, I'm back on furlough again for like another week, maybe.
Oh, you lazy git.
I really want to get furloughed all the way till next year, because if I go back, I've got like 10 days at work, and where I work in construction, like the construction industry shuts down for Christmas, so it's probably going to be really quiet, and I love doing what I do at home. But yeah, so I'm literally this week, I'm hoping to finish off all my Christmas orders. So I've got 4 frames to finish that I've been sort of tweeting about and putting on Instagram and stuff at the moment. I've got my last lot of Christmas baubles going out, which thank you, by the way, to everyone who's got in contact since I tweeted that. I can't do any more. I cannot get the bits to make any more, which is really disappointing, because I love doing these and they're really cool. I know Stuart's obviously got one. They're awesome. Can't do them. They're definitely going to come back next year, though. As soon as the stuff becomes available to me, I'm going to buy a load more of it next year. Yeah, new T-shirts. I'm working on some new tees.
How much are the tees?
So these sublimated ones at the moment, these are £14. This one's not available yet, but basically it's 5 different figures. This is all in Leicester kits, but I plan on doing like 5 different figures for as many teams as I can make the designs for. And then my other T-shirts, my cotton ones, they're about £12, a lot cheaper. And I got a few other little bits and pieces going on in the background. But yeah, apart from that, Westwood Table Soccer Club, December's nearly finished. Everyone's going to get a nice cheeky little free gift in there as well, an extra bit. And then yeah, just YouTube videos. Really. I've got my collection videos coming out that have come out recently. Just me talking about all the stuff that was in my loft, which has been quite fun. Looking at the boxes, as you know, I love stuff on boxes, and I've had some really good comments about some of my boxes with like bad bits of writing on them. But yeah, and then Carlisle's nearly finished, so I've got one more Carlisle episode to do, and that's done. And then yeah, on to the next sort of video series, really, which I think is going to be probably a paint along series I'm looking to do, where I'm going to try and be a little bit more in depth with the painting side of things, so that my subscribers can buy the same stuff as me, and then eventually we all create the same kit, so that everyone's going to sort of get a little bit of a tutorial / team at the end of it. So that I need to set up as well. But yeah, loads going on, but not enough time, basically.
Make sure you produce a Celtic T-shirt. I'll take one off you.
I'll definitely do Celtic, mate. Yeah.
Good lad. Well, I'm the only one left, so
Yeah. What are you up to, mate?
I don't really like to plug myself. Just got the channel, the usual fancy Subbuteo show every Friday night when it manages to arrive online. I'm having a nightmare with recording from Skype and trying to upload it. So now iMovie have caught on, and they won't let me upload video. So I have to record the video, screen record it on my phone, and then trick iMovie.
Brutal.
2 days of editing.
New world problems.
It's went from 1 day of editing to 2 days, so it became a nightmare. But
Mate, it's a great show, though.
It's
It's a great show.
That is something that I think gets missed, like for all of us that do YouTube, including this, like the amount of time outside of this, what we're doing right now, that it takes to get a video up, from just getting the edit across and then looking at it and cutting bits out and moving bits and getting images over the top of it and all this stuff. Like the unseen effort for everything.
I forgot about the images over the top. I've got to put images over the top, and I forgot about that.
Like there's so much
tonight. Like one for me.
There's so much extra stuff, which is why, like, when people do subscribe and they do leave comments and they throw likes down, it means so much.
So much.
You know what? I've put all this into it, and for that person just to go, yeah, I like this, click. Like for me, I get like every comment I get, I try to reply to everyone, like we do on this channel as well. I've seen that, obviously, Stu, you've been going through it. I love replying to comments on these videos, because it just, you know, it's like a way of interacting with everyone that's watching it. So yeah, it's 2 days to do a video because you've got a screen grab.
Well, I used to record on a Thursday, and now we've had to push it back to a Wednesday. So it's a nightmare. But that's it. And it's only because we're in 2 separate sheds. Until we get back in for out of lockdown, we'll get into one shed again and be back to normal. So I can persevere for the next couple of weeks. So that's about it. Apart from orders and being mental busy, so that's about it. basically, that's it. That's me done. That's everybody else. Everybody's giving a little shameless plug for their channels. So, I'd like to thank you all for your time and your patience, and thank everybody for listening, taking the time to watch and listen on the podcast. Make sure you subscribe, everybody. Don't forget about subscribing. It matters because I have to say something here. I'm living in a shed. I really need. I
shouldn't laugh at you. We shouldn't laugh at you. This is polite. This is real polite.
Listen, I need this channel to get to 1,000 subscribers, or else my wife's going to kick me out of the shed. She's ready to kick me out of the house. If I don't get to 1,000 subscribers, she's going to kick me out of the shed. So subscribe to the channel and get the 1,000, and then I'll start getting paid.
Let's put a challenge on it. Because we're on 347 at the moment, right? Let's aim for, like, can we get to 400 at least by Christmas? So if you're watching
by the next, that's fair.
So we're going to go six. I reckon we'll go 400. Let's try and get 400 by Christmas, and then we'll really try and, like, we just want to try and build it.
Money. If I'm not bringing in money by Christmas, I'm out of the shed. So it needs to be 1,000 by Christmas.
But yeah, no. To everyone that does get involved, though, like,
do you want to see me on the streets?
A little bit. It would be funny.
This would be an interesting video.
Just diving into Watsy, and he's just on the streets outside Asda doing a video.
Packet of chips.
Well, loads of Subbuteo around me.
Yeah.
That's all we've got.
Just garden on the Subbuteo.
But yeah, so like I say, do want to echo what Watsy said there. Like, generally, everyone that gets involved, the response to this channel has been absolutely brilliant. Like,
yeah, it is.
It's so good. I buzz for recording it as well, and we always record for way too long, but I love it. Like,
I get excited for the comments. I love going through the comments.
Yeah, it's brilliant. Like I say, that interaction, I love recording it. The whole thing's brilliant. So to everyone that does get involved, really, really appreciate it. We do need to, though, lads, decide what we're doing in 2 weeks, which is that's halfway to Christmas, because we're going to end up recording on Christmas, which we obviously need to rearrange because that's not going to go down very well with the families, everyone. So let's decide.
Watsy might be on the streets. He might need us.
He might have a family. He might not have a family.
Trying to get Wi-Fi and McDonald's.
But yeah, so what are we going to talk about? What are we going to talk about?
Trust John said, I think this was on one of the last videos. I don't know what one, but Trust John said we should talk about the best keeper.
Best keeper?
Best keeper.
It's very specific, but we can do that.
There is lots of different keepers out there.
Yeah.
Are you letting the new metal keepers in?
No. If anyone puts live action in, anyone says live action, I'm done with this.
Right. I'm going to put them in.
Right. That was my first thought, and I've got reasons why.
Oh,
but I'll save it.
I can't wait to argue. Yeah, brilliant. So we'll do keepers. That's fine. We'll do keepers, which would be fun because it will mean when we do the teams for the set, we've then got to try and potentially source different keepers for the sets, which would be fun. I think be a good laugh.
Is there enough keepers to go around for an argument?
Yeah, loads. Jockey caps, divers, crouchers, uprights. You've got the Football Express ones, which are a little bit wider. I think there's enough of them.
Can we get an entire episode out of keepers?
What about super foodie ones?
Yeah, but no, but it's not Subbuteo, is it? This is the issue we've got.
Callum's already pinned his colours to the mast. Look at his name. Callum's already decided who he likes.
I love action keepers. You know what? I could defend it. I could find the reason to defend it. It'd be like defend the indefensible. Or we could do that. That'd be a good show, actually. To be fair, if we did,
we go with keepers?
We had to pick something that we didn't like and try and justify why we liked it.
I could do that. Are we saying keepers then? Are we saying keepers?
It's still 2 weeks before Christmas. I think we need to have something fun on it. Keepers. We should do keepers at a later date.
Safe keepers, because that's deep keepers. That is a good point.
Yeah.
Trust John. We are going to do it. We are going to do it. Just not next time.
Can I also point out that not only have you changed my name like an absolute melt, you've also changed yours to 2-1. Absolute liberty, what you've done there. You're trying to be professional around here, mate. Trying to be professional. What should we do then? What should we do that's fun?
Best accessory.
Accessory?
That's long.
Best accessory?
That could be anything.
We are going to need to do pitch at some point as well.
Right, let's do then. If we're going to do accessories, I think we need to split accessories down because obviously you've got game accessories, stadium accessories, blah. So
Trophies.
trophy, yeah, there's loads. I tell you what, actually.
Why don't we do?
First person,
Go on.
let's just leave it open. In the comments, put down what you think we should do, and the one that gets the most thumbs up by this time next week, so next Wednesday night, that's what we'll talk about.
Are we
So
allowed
put
to
it in the
comment?
comments
That's a
below.
good idea.
Are we allowed to put the comment in?
Yeah, you can put one. If you've got an idea, put one in. The one
What
that
about
gets the most.
a Twitter poll?
Nah, let's keep it on the YouTube, I think, because you want people to comment on the YouTube.
If it's a tie between a couple, then we'll throw it on Twitter.
We'll do. Yeah, okay, yeah. So so throw something in the comments. We might put our own suggestions in there. The one that gets the most thumbs up this time next Wednesday. So at the moment, it's just about to be 10 o'clock. So this time next Wednesday, we will, whichever one's got the most votes, we'll all agree to talk about the Wednesday after, Tuesday after. Cool.
That works.
Can I just say, Stuart, good luck editing this tonight.
It's going to be a long one. It's going to be a long one.
Yeah.
2 hours. 2 hours, baby.
Oh, it might be longer than that.
Awesome. There might be like a 2.5, 2.75 episode.
Yeah, there's going to be a lot of bonuses in this one. There will be a bonus episode as well. I'm going to put together a compilation of random outtakes that we've cut out into a bonus episode.
Oh yeah, that'd be good.
Because we've had some random conversations.
I tell you what, put that out on Christmas Day at like 6 o'clock when everyone's tired.
Christmas gift for you.
Oh, just an absolute outtakes of random stuff that we've said.
We need
It's going to be me getting Gordon Banks' name wrong, isn't it?
What, George Banks?
It's my cousin. George Banks is my cousin.
I've got my Christmas lights up already. So it's
Yeah.
Oh, look at that.
Love it.
Are we all going to wear
Love
Santa
it.
hats
Tell you
next
what.
time then?
Hey,
I've got something better than that.
Oh,
go.
Ooh.
I'm excited
I'm
now.
going to keep that.
I might
that as a
get myself a
surprise.
Westwood table soccer Christmas hat. I don't know if that's possible, actually. I don't know if it's possible. I don't have one before anyone gets excited. I don't have one.
Okay.
Boys, it's been amazing. So, yeah, thank you to everyone that's watching. I don't know where this bit's going to come in. This might be in the bonus episode. It might not be. It might not even get in. But honestly, thank you, everyone, so much. Get in the comments. Keep doing it. One that gets the most liked, we will talk about.
Yeah.
Don't forget to subscribe, or else I'll be on the street.
Yeah, and help our friend Watson. Lawrence Watson lives in a shed.
Listen, thanks very much. It's been fantastic. You've all been great. I'm glad Italian 80 is the winner tonight. It's a long time coming. Forever Italian 80. Thank you. Peace, everybody.
Cheers, everyone.
See you soon.
We'll see you all at Christmas.